So I'm going to take the little new H743 wing and put it at the sorter station. Get ready to put some pins on it. Get it ready to replace the one on the flame wheel. But that's kind of a back burner thing. The flame wheel was so misbehaved last year, I'm not really interested in getting back to it and fighting it too quick. I've got the other two quads to work on. So this will kind of be a little bit of a back burner project. Another little thing that kind of took time was the little Mavic Mini, getting it ready to fly again. But I also got a what is this, a 7-inch? It's quite a bit larger than a cell phone. This is the case for my cell phone. I'm using my cell phone to take the video right now. I had to take the case off the cell phone to put it in the controller when I first got the Mavic Mini running again, and then I moved up to this big, larger tablet to fly the little Mavic Mini again. I was so tickled. Evidently my cataract surgery went okay, although I do still have eye problems. I've got to go back. They made me come back a month after my recent visit because there are still some problems in there. They discussed surgery. I didn't discuss it very much. So it was nice today when even the size of a cell phone like this, I could see. It worked. Whereas before, my vision had gotten so bad as the cataracts got worse and worse, I could not see a screen outdoors for the glare. That's all different now. That's one of my problems right now. I got, looks like 5 batteries over there charged for the Mavic Mini, and a 6 charging. It's flashing funny. I think there may be something wrong with that one. But right now I want to go fly. I do kind of want to just put this back in the case because, oops, oh man, years ago when I started doing the verticals, I started having so much fun with them. I took a 5-year, not a break, 5 years I spent flying the quads and the hexacopters. Just completely stalled towards doing my ultimate goal, which was airplanes. It was a lot of fun though. And right now, after flying this little creature today out over the roof and then over the old apple orchard, I really I'm having to fight it right now not to go fly it. I got charged batteries. Come on, get in there. But I do want to get back towards the airplanes. I'm trying to get back towards that's fine like that. And these under this one. That pretty much does that. This cable didn't work today. This is a longer cable I thought I would need for the new tablet, but evidently it's a charge only cable. We set the Mavic Mini aside. And now we're back to this one. And the 7-inch. And depending on how fast I get the flight controller for the flame wheel soldered up, that'll be, these all be in the same place. That's where the flame wheel was stopped, was trying to get that first auto tune on it and just crashed it so many times. We'll get into that when we get to the flame wheel. But these are set up ready to record their calibration flight, if you want to call it that, their research flight, their investigation flight to try to find the center frequency of the vibration that's just inherent in them normally. We're going to try to at least filter that out, and then we'll be auto-tuning them and flying these. So what I need to do is make sure my radio controls still work good with this, and I understand how the controls work, and get some props on the little one, and we'll fly. That's probably going to take me a little bit to review the radio. Boy, it's bad to be old. Well, I hope we're ready for a flight to capture some telemetry, charge the battery, got everything as good to go as I could. Honestly, I took it outdoors and it wouldn't arm because it had to have its compass recalibrated, which I did outside. So let's look at the little flight to capture a telemetry log for finding the center frequency of the ambient vibration of this platform. Well, there's the little 5-inch. Let's see what happens. You can easily hear some chatter in it from a strange vibration.
Altitude hold. Stabilize. Motor disabled.
Well, putting it in altitude hold was a mistake. First off, it started up a new strange oscillation, which I didn't like. I didn't want it having a new vibration that could be a different center point. It's really supposed to be only done and stabilized. But I was so close to the ground, I wanted to get up a little bit. But with it in altitude hold, the up and down on the throttle is more a nudge and a suggestion of to climb or to lower. It's certainly not linear with what it is in stabilized. And I got it up away from the ground enough to take it out of altitude hold and put it back in stabilized. And I'm not sure until I drop back and look at the telemetry, which we'll do here. I think as I reached up to touch the button on the end of the row of switches, I nudged the throttle up. So when it came out of altitude hold and went back into stabilized, it was headed for the moon. It was almost under the trees over there. So in this case, the trees here around me saved my ass from that thing flying off someplace, some neighbor's yard or something. Though it did hit rather hard, as you can hear in the video. But watch it. We'll continue the video here, and you can see when I put it in altitude hold, it takes up sounds like a different frequency of vibration. And then we'll find out from the telemetry logs what old Fumble Fingers did here with the throttle when he took it and put it back in stabilized mode.
Altitude hold. Stabilize. Motor disabled.
Well, after that crash, we do have a little damage, sorta. The FPV camera pulled out of the things. The mounts are still here on both sides. It just popped out. That won't be hard to put back in there. Other than that, little scraped up props. Dang it. Just put those on brand new so they would be as best as possible for that calibration flight. They're not balanced, but that's something I do last. But I think we got our data file for that one anyway, after a little bit of a rough ride there. Well, get back on the horse, so to speak. I'm going to take the RunCam Orange off the 5-inch and put it on the 7-inch, so it'll be in its normal flight configuration, and we'll try to get a flight on the 7-inch for the same purposes, some data flash logs. There we go. 7-inch is now as it should be. Put the battery on it and go try to do almost the same thing with it. Let's do it without the crashing this time. We won't go into altitude hold, and if we do, we'll be real careful because our mid throttle wasn't set. I could have had we'll see in the telemetry, we'll see. I may have had the throttle at 30%, but it tried to zoom away because it's not calibrated yet. So let's see what happens with this. Be brave, guys. Well, I had to recalibrate the compass and the accelerometers to get this one off the ground. Let's see if we can break it. It says this should be more than a hover, but I don't have much space back here. Notice on the right, the landlord did cut that big old bush, so I did require a little more space. So I was just trying to move it forward and backwards and then some right and left so that it wasn't only a hover. All right. Better. That one's been auto-tuned and stuff. I didn't change the PIDs back, so. And I didn't put it in altitude hold, but hopefully we got the telemetry files we need for working with this Ardu copter. No damage at all, but this one's actually been flown and flown some automated missions. It's just backing up to go through this same notch filter tuning again along with the 5-inch just for kicks and grins and to help me learn how to do it better. Well, you're going to hate me, but I'm going to break this video here. I've added another 30 minutes to it or more. It had gotten up 48 minutes and I wasn't even really to the full crux of the matter. But that's where we're at now. What are you going to do with these data files that you just generated to configure the notch filters? So, sorry, not trying to do cliffhangers here, guys. It's just, I think it's best if we approach that in a separate video. And I'll render this, and then I'll start working on putting that second video together as part of this. Thank you.